Okay, so here's the summary. Today, I have another Bayonetta 3 weapon guide, and it is going to be on Abracadabra and Mictlantecuhtli. So, Abracadabra is a very different weapon compared to the rest of the weapons in the game, and that's because, well, you'll find out soon that it doesn't really, operate the way you'd think. So, this weapon, of course, is based off of a magician's hat and staff. So, that's one thing to take note of. But if I go over to this lookout, so this weapon, it has probably some of the best range in the entire game by a long shot. Like, its range just is incredible, and when you press down the punch button, the amount of bats you shoot out increases. So here's without pressing it down, and here's with. And with the kick attacks, here's without pressing down, and here's with pressing down. So, fairly easy gimmick to get around. Anyways, so the main part about this weapon is that you can hit pretty much anything from really far away. Like, this is definitely one of those, I'm going to stand in a corner of the stage and hit you from a long distance away type of weapon slash play style. I mean, that laser goes up pretty far. So, basic punch combo is probably going to be your best bet for range. And then if you do a punch into kick into punch combo, you'll shoot that laser downward. After that, pretty much every one of the different combos is just a bit more closer range. I mean, some of them will go out long range, but that's the idea. Then, let's see. After that, your basic back punch is going to be your typical launcher. This will launch enemies despite it looking like it just shoots bats out. And the back kick move is kind of in reverse to the other back kick moves. So for example, if I switch to Love is Blue real quick, here's its back kick move, which is a launcher. So this time it's more of like a reverse type of attack, where if you are in the air and you want to just come down. But so if you're in the air and you want to just come down, then you can just do that. So keep that in mind while using this weapon. Then for your forward punch attack, you will shoot bats out and recall them back towards you. And this can actually be a cool way to keep your combo going, because you can shoot bats again if you want to. So this is like kind of like a cool boomerang attack. So boomerang and then some follow-up. So basically this weapon has basic animations and has a very basic playstyle, and you don't really have to overthink anything. And here is the forward kick attack. You will jump onto a large bat and roll around on it like a circus ball. Now, the thing to take note is that you will basically be rolling around indefinitely until you hit something. So, for example, if I like hit something right away, it will immediately stop. But if I am able to avoid anything, I'm basically can just roll around indefinitely. So that's one thing to say about this move, is just how that works. And of course, if you dodge off of it, the bat will continue rolling in the direction you're in until it hits something. So that's a pretty interesting move to understand in that sense. Let's see. Then of course, the afterburner kick, simple, looks like every other afterburner kick in the game. Then witch twist, you just do a double hit upward. So that's your, aerial combo starter. Then as for back to forward punch, let's see. This one, you will go into your Demon Masquerade form and sort of kick forward. So that's an interesting thing as a close range tool. And then back to forward kick, you will kind of do that same thing, but the top half of yourself will stay stationary while the other half will go forward and kick. I think this one has a bit more range than the other move, so that's something to also keep in mind. Let's see. Here's the circle punch attack, just a standard, wide sweep attack. Circle kick. This attack is basically I'm going to circle around my opponents and hit them a bunch of times type of move. Kind of like Outstanding Touch on Color My World, where it is spammable, but it doesn't mean that you should just resort to this move all the time. It just is like a quick burst attack that also has a multi-hit in that sense. And by the way, if you enjoy these types of guides and want to see your favorite weapon get covered, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to turn notifications on when I post next. Let's see. Then what's funny about the gun attack is that this is actually the only magic reference for this weapon, because you will do actual hat tricks. And also the thing about this type of gun attack is that it is random. That's the only thing about this that makes it hard to use, is that each one of the different projectiles that you shoot out has a different hitbox. So it can be pretty hard to use in combat unless you're just up close and you're just gonna spam. Come on, where's the rockets? There they are. So there's that. And if you press and hold down the gun button, you will make a big object appear. And there's a wheel. Let's see. You just gotta keep giving me wheels here. That's a purple missile right there. And that's a police car. So basically it's kind of hard to use that move optimally, because you actually will never know what you're gonna get since it is randomized. Let's see. But its circle move is actually its best move. So this move, circle gun, will actually make you intangible, which is a great survivability tool, because you can basically just avoid all enemy attacks for that certain amount of time. And it's just so good to have a move like that on a weapon like this, being able to just avoid enemy attacks without having to dodge. And then, let's see, let me put on 5x earring. Here's the Masquerade Rage. This move is also one of the best Rage Masquerade moves in the entire game because you can aim it, and it's just a really good long distance laser that just does everything. It has good damage, it has good range, it comes out for a good amount of time, and yeah, it's so good. Then, of course, then we have the demon, Mictlantecuhtli. So, Mictlantecuhtli, so this demon is also a really good demon just because of all of its different tools. So, the punch button,
Now's your chance.
you will charge forward like that, just a basic move. Then your kick button,
Unleash it.
you will shock enemies forward with the lightning bolt, and then gun move, you will shoot out some light bullets, which of course, if you charge, they will be turned into a laser. Then for circle punch,
Illuminate.
you will spin around, dealing AoE damage, which is pretty good. Circle kick,
Illuminate.
you will summon out these special shields, which is actually really good because if you don't have, you know, which one is it? If you don't have the if you don't have Conqueror's Reigns equipped, which prevents demons from being enraged, this is a really good move just for
Illuminate.
that survivability factor, because those shields will protect from enemy attacks, which is very important. And then for circle gun,
Illuminate.
you will shoot out a bunch of light bullets, and this is actually its best gun move because of just how many pellets it shoots out. And this can actually be really good against Castalis. I don't remember what every enemy is named because all of them just have very similar sounding names and it's impossible for me to remember. Sorry. The tower enemy and the one that makes enemies invisible. And then for back to forward punch,
Do it.
you will do a long sweep
Do
attack
it.
that goes out forward. Back to forward kick,
Now's your chance.
you will do some swipes with your tail, which is actually a
Now's
cool
your chance.
close range melee attack that is also a multi-hit. Then for back to forward gun,
Unleash it.
similar to Gamora's laser, there's a bit of wind up, but you'll shoot out a big laser beam in front.
Ready?
So that's a similar type of move right there. But we're not done yet because this demon has two forms. If you hit the special
Illuminate.
button, you will go into X formation. So default formation is Y. And of course the jump button is similar to Malphus. You'll just gain height.
Illuminate.
So while in this form, your moves are simplified down. So your punch button in this case, you will spin those sort of diamond things around,
Now's your chance.
which is another great multi-hit tool. Your B move,
Unleash it.
they will those said, diamonds will shoot out
Unleash it.
bullets, which is really good against singular enemies because they will focus on just one and they do a lot of damage. And then gun, you'll just shoot them out like boomerangs or shurikens. And this move has some use, but definitely it's more preferred to use the B, the kick button. And so, yeah. And also, this specific form, X formation, allows you to see invisible enemies, which is kind of its only purpose in the end. I mean, it's not really... It's a more simplified version of this demon, but Y formation is just more useful in my opinion. So yeah, that's going to be it for this guide. I'm gonna do some gameplay to showcase. So I can just legit stand in one corner and do that, and it is going to be good. This weapon is just so good. This is probably like the easiest weapon, especially against bosses like Rodan, where being able to hit from afar is the most important thing. So yeah. Oh, and also if you're targeting an opponent with the back punch button, you will actually teleport to them. So that's kind of like the forward punch button on Tartarus. So definitely a cool moveset in my opinion. And yeah, that's going to be it for the guide. So next I'm going to cover Cruel Table through Cruel Altea and Labolas. So with that, I'll see you all in the next one. Later.